Ladies and gentlemen, according to every publication out there, from Politico to the Wall Street Journal to Fox News, Hunter's going to get indicted within the week, within the next couple of weeks, could be today. If you look at a New York Post article, Hunter Biden's business partner called Joe the big man in panicked message after posts laptop story. Now, this is regarding a 10% stake in business. So, 10% of a lucrative joint venture held by Hunter for the big man. Okay? There is a possibility, ladies and gentlemen, that Hunter eventually turns on Joe. You might say this is nonsense, oh my God. These are emails linked to felonies that eventually a new attorney general in another administration will look at. Whether it's 28 with DeSantis or 24 with Trump, there's going to be a new attorney general. He won't be like a William Barr, who was much better than Jeff Sessions, but still not obviously turning on Trump now. Everyone around Trump turns on him, or a lot of people, I should say, he really should have, defended Michael Flynn immediately. Had Donald Trump defended Michael Flynn, because they set up and framed Michael, he did nothing wrong. There was no crime other than allegedly lying to an agent. Had he defended Michael Flynn at that, and I said that on this channel when we were like 40,000, 20,000, I don't even know how many subs we had. I said that. I said President Trump should defend Michael Flynn. Anyway, that's another story. Okay? The point is, there's going to be another attorney general that looks at these people and says, okay, they're utilizing government against Trump just because they want to stop him. They're doing everything possible to circumvent responsibility for the crimes that they've committed, the felonies within the New York Post reporting. I'm not making these things up. This is one of like 50, 60 articles from the New York Post. The Daily Mail also does a great job. But the New York Post broke this story. These are felonies. Eventually, an attorney general is going to go after the people committing those felonies, even if they're out of office. Just like they're trying to go after Trump. He didn't commit a felony, though. That's why the district attorney in New York had to go above and beyond in terms of trying desperately to indict Trump, above and beyond. So misdemeanors in New York were elevated to felonies because of a non-existent federal crime. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, and other publications. And ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell you? Patreon link, super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. But there was no federal crime that Trump committed in New York. There was no federal crime. Okay? He's being indicted. He was indicted in New York because they despise him. That's really the only reason. He didn't commit a crime. That's why everyone is saying, like every legal scholar, Alan Dershowitz, everyone else looking at it, even liberal publications are saying, yeah, there's no indictment there. It was not a crime what Trump did. If anything, he was extorted by Stormy. But the point is, Hunter could turn on Joe if Biden's DOJ, if, like I said, an attorney general in the future wants to find out, well, who was the big man, what was his role, and did he have knowledge? And was Hunter just doing what he was told, or was he part of the scheme, or did he commit these felonies with Joe? It is a felony. Within the New York Post reporting, you can see there are emails asking Hunter for his influence on behalf of their company. Hunter has no influence in the U.S. government. People are so proud of saying that. Or I should say, he has no post. Oh, it's not the president, it's Hunter. No. Hunter is selling access through these emails. Through the emails, he's selling access. And according to Ted Cruz, he's repackaging classified data. So that's the issue. You have numerous potential felonies here repackaging classified data, according to Ted Cruz and I believe Chuck Grassley also. Very, like this Byzantine, shady, deal with financial transactions all around the world. They don't have a business. Trump has golf courses. Trump has hotels. Trump has, he's sold a million things and it's a brand. He was a billionaire long before. Barbara Walters interviewed him in the 80s. He was a billionaire long before, or had hundreds of millions long before he became president. Okay? Joe Biden never had a lot of money. And that was his selling point. He was the senator with the least amount of money. And his whole thing was, hey, look, I'm not beholden to these, I'm not typical Washington millionaire. Then he became the typical DC millionaire. How did he do that? His financial net worth went from, I think, 100, 200,000, 150,000 to $10 million. Well, how did that happen? One article says, oh, well, it was book deals and speaking engagements. Have you heard him speak? He tells on himself in the Council on Foreign Relations. So you have this thing, ladies and gentlemen, where the cognitive dissonance is unbelievable. You have all of media focused on Trump. Trump still gets almost half the electorate. And, people who are just casual observers who, somewhat vote Republican, they're casual observers. Oh, I can't vote for this man. I can't vote for this man. It's like, well, there's never going to be another Republican that media will just allow to campaign without twisting words and sensationalizing any dialogue or rhetoric or quotes. It will never happen again. Media has a stake. They have a dog in the fight. They have a stake. Media has an interest in the Democratic Party. It never used to be that way. You could look at 2000, Bush v. Gore. They didn't care. Wolf Blitzer at CNN didn't care. CNN didn't care. There used to be a time when media was apolitical. Generally. They still had a liberal bias, but it was apolitical. And then people say, oh, well, you know what? You're not apolitical, H.A. Goodman. It's like, well, what can I do? The channel is growing and I have the best audience and viewership. I thank God for the viewership on this channel. I don't think I'm polarizing. People might, say, okay, well, I don't like your viewpoint. It's polarizing. Well, again, how can I say that Trump was a good president without it eliciting such a negative reaction from somebody just stopping by and watching the segment? I can't control another person's emotional response to the fact that we had record low poverty with Trump. We had record highs in household median income. How is that polarizing? I don't know. What did Biden do? If you could tell me something good that Biden did, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be like, argh. I'd be happy. Tell me something good he did. I don't know. What? Democratic governors suddenly allowed their states to actually have a functioning economy, so I should be happy with this? I should be so thankful that Joe Biden is at the helm of an economy that was allowed to work, allowed to function. Biden's energy policy is horrendous. He begs other countries and makes it difficult here for oil and gas companies to operate. And then he floods 200 million barrels of strategic petroleum reserves when he could have just allowed the U.S. energy industry instead of being sued by the U.S. energy industry. And he was sued by the oil and gas associations in 14 states. But they do everything backwards. Democrats do everything backwards, but they have media saying, oh my God, amazing, amazing, oh, fantastic. Trump was a menace. We had a functioning economy that was growing. We had record highs in household median income with Trump. But getting back to Hunter. God bless him. I have nothing against, I don't dislike Joe Biden or Hunter or any, they are who they are. It's people who don't like Trump that despise him. I can say that Trump is a much better human being than Joe Biden. You could look at what they've done in their lives. We had record highs in household median income with Trump, and he signed you negotiated the Doha Agreement, signed prison reform legislation. Biden, from siding with the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld to writing the most egregious parts of the crime bill. You could look at it. He's done worse for the country than Trump ever did throughout both of you could look at their respective histories. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. All you need is a different attorney general, and if they do what they were doing to Trump, to the Bidens, the attorney general, legally, it's going to be, there's more evidence of felonies, actual felonies, not like Trump and Stormy. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now.